Since this is our first presentation, I wanted to make sure that everyone understands how they work and where to find everything. So each week you will have a presentation in this course, and that means each week A and week B there'll be a presentation. When you watch the presentation, it will have Dropbox activities and online participation activities built right in. It also will have links and videos built in. And anytime I introduce a project to you, that will also be built in. The only other place you might need to go is within the folder where you found this presentation. There may be additional files, handouts to print, or trying to think what else might be in there for you. Sometimes there's links that are also there. So everything will be in that folder for the week. You don't need to go anywhere else. Even your Dropbox is there. So I'm going to walk you through the presentation very quickly, just so you know what it looks like and what to do when you open it on your own. Most times there'll be slides that get you started for each specific area, and we always start with a warm-up. Our warm-up this week is a video, and you just click right here on the video and it will run within the presentation. Now, I know I'm going to tell you this at another point, but it's really important that if you're watching this in D2L, that you click on the bottom to bring this into Google Docs, because otherwise you'll be watching the presentation in a very small size. You want to make sure that you open it inside Google, and that works best from Chrome. But you can click on that video and watch it right here from the presentation. And on the next slide, you're going to do some sharing of ideas. Now, I did do an explanation since this is our first week together. We use a program called Padlet, which is an online sharing board for this course. And you'll have many different Padlets that you'll visit over the course of our presentations. They'll always be linked. And right here is the link for our first ones. So you'll click on this, and then when you get to Padlet, you'll just follow the directions on the board. Our next topic is, are you ready for diversity? And you're going to do a quick activity on your own. I'm going to skip over the next slide because it talks about the answers. Then you're going to do a participation activity. To complete the activity, follow these 4 steps. This is the link to the article you need to read, which is also in D2L. There's going to be a chart for you to fill out, and that is also in D2L. And then you'll Dropbox your answers. Then watch the video and just click right there on the screen. And when you have answers to the questions that I prompt you for, click on the Padlet link and answer the question on the Padlet board. We're moving on to learning about today's families. And this is a slide you can read the information on. On the next 2 slides, you'll notice this little video icon of a speaker. And I have a little informational sentence that when you see that icon, you are going to click it and it will be a podcast of information. Now, it is within YouTube, but there's nothing there but audio. You'll have the same thing on the next slide about language. And then we'll move into learning about families at risk. You can read about the different risk factors and be sure to check out the graphic. The same thing on the next slide. And then we're going to have some information about the concerns that families have. And this is one of your participation activities. What you're going to do on this on this slide is read the article that is linked on the left. So if you click this picture, it will take you to an article. That article is also in D2L. You'll complete the family concerns activity that is also found on D2L. And once you've completed the activity, you'll Dropbox your answers. Now, this activity is a sorting activity, and you have 2 choices. You can print the paper. There's 2 pages. You can cut and either lay down or tape or glue your answers, and then take a picture of it and Dropbox it. You can do it electronically on a program if you know how to cut and paste things. Or last, if you don't have access to a printer, you can draw what you see on the worksheet. Just draw it on notebook paper, and you can write your answers in. You'll just need to have a picture that you can Dropbox. And last, I want you to share how this activity was important to your learning, and you'll click here on Padlet, and that will link you right there to our Padlet board. So in summary, there is a slide you can read, and then we'll always finish up every single presentation with a things to do area. So our assignments, this is very important because this is specifically everything you need to do before your next Education 180 presentation. You need to make sure you've completed the Padlet boards on slide 4, 9, and 18. Remember, those are linked right from those slides. You want to make sure that you've done the participation activities on slides 8 and 18. Then we have a lot of reading this week, and that is because you're reading about what we learned about in our presentation this week and also to prepare you for next presentation. So make sure you read in your textbook the pages listed and also the article that is on D2L. That's actually found in your article folder, and you also can find it in the week 1 part B folder, but it's always in the article folder if there's an article, and that's just the easiest place to find it. So that is a tour of what you do in a presentation. Most of our presentations will follow this similar format. And remember, everything you need is either here or I reference where you can find it on D2L. Have fun, enjoy our presentation.